Hi. I suppose I can kind of be around. Welcome to the Stanley Parable. It's great to be here. Um, hope everyone's having a great time. I don't know what I mean by that. Yeah, I talked about this yesterday. I've talked about it on occasion a few times, saying that I would play it. And now we're playing it, finally. But the question is, what is the Stanley Parable? Now, that's a fantastic question. I don't know. Does anyone know? I know, I'm just kidding. I know everything. Stanley Parable. I suppose I could give a brief history of the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable actually has a bit of a connection to, like the Portal and Half-Life games, not in a, like, lore way or anything like that. It's just, originally, the Stanley Parable was a Half-Life 2 mod, for, you know what I mean, but, and it was like this one, except it was quite smaller, and it only had, like, 6 endings, I think? It had just a few of them. And then, but it was very much out there. It was totally not like Half-Life 2 or any other Half-Life 2 mods. I mean, it was totally its own thing, and it just kind of happened to be a Half-Life 2 mod. And it kind of didn't really fit Half-Life 2, like all the models were kind of in there, and it was a little weird. It just kind of didn't have like the right assets, but then they did this HD remake on the Source engine. We're going for the new Source engine. Not Source 2 though, you know what I mean. But it was released in 2013, and it was quite epic, if you ask me. It has some contention, because it's very different from pretty much any other gaming experience you'll have. I mean, not any other, because it's less of a game as it is an experience. How you see what I did there? I thought of that just right now. It's just really neat, and I'm hoping, like, I'm gonna leave this mostly unedited, I think, probably completely unedited for YouTube, just because I want to have this game left in its raw entirety, because, I mean, it depends. I mean, there might be, I don't imagine there's anything I'll need to cut out. Like, I'm sure, I mean, it's not that long a game. We're not going to do it all today, because I just want to savor it. And also, I mean, let's think about this game. It's $15, which is not a lot, and it's a great game. I'd say that's fair. It's just, in comparison, like, you know, Half-Life 2 is only $10. And I'd say, I mean, they're kind of hard to compare, but I'd say that's probably a better game, and it's a little bit cheaper. It's not, like, totally overpriced. It's not, like, a AAA release title, like Cyberpunk, or it's just, like, totally unfinished. It's not like it's undeserving of its cost. It's just a little, so I'm gonna stretch it out, because that's how I do. Except that's usually not how I do. Usually I do everything in one day. But, you know, it is what it is. I've been extending this intro for far too long. But I suppose we can just begin. I'm not even going to be doing that much commentating, because the most of that's going to be coming from the narrator. I mean, you know, I've seen this game before. I mean, it's, well, I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure this will be a pleasant experience for everyone. Anyway, begin the game. I mean, I checked the audio a little bit earlier to see.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh my.
no one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his.
Well, I wasn't talking there or anything because I just want to, have that full narration be unbridled.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yes. Hey, we're in. No coworkers? Pretty wild. Also, something you'll notice about this game. What the heck is that? I can't zoom in. There's no... It's a little bit focused on walking. Like, here, I'll just show you. I can't jump. I'm spamming spacebar right now. It doesn't do anything. You can't jump. Yeah, I knew about that achievement. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Also, forget if E isn't for which things I use E and which things I click. Get turned off. New. 417. Oh, I can also close some doors, apparently. Wow.
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
I mean, come on. Isn't it beautiful? This is a pretty unique looking... Like, what is that ladder for? What's up there? There's a lot to drink in. Well, apparently that's a thing. I guess we can move on now. I mean, maybe there's more dialogue.
No, apparently not.
No. I mean, it's okay, but I think we should move on. And here's the big move.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's quite simple, But what if I don't want to enter the door on the left? You see, I think it's starting to make sense now. Once you get to this point, you're like, hold on, what's going on? I know, I've thought about all of this game. I don't know if you knew this. This is a game with, like, a bunch of different endings. It's like a choice game. I'm gonna start off with the kind of complete obedience ending. I think that'll be what we're going with, because I think it's a good entry point to evolve from.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What? Oh, the boss's office. Right, sorry, there's a lot of details. Move my desk. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh, everyone knows the broom closet. Using slides to ensure everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic on the header. Alright. I feel definitely everyone is unique. You most well. Alright. Appreciate it. A lot of percent. What do people want? Things. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. Alright, makes a lot of sense. Definitely. Synergize core. Yep. Business. Broom closet. We'll come back by the broom closet another time. Sorry to do that to you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. It doesn't open up. Actually, it does open up sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, but it's completely random, so I don't really know if we'll actually see that. Can I turn this one on? No. And same with this door here. Anyway, boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
What? I didn't do that.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss
forgot
had
what
been
the
keeping from
code
him.
was.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the
Wait.
keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Stanley ventured forth into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I forgot that's a thing. I forgot what that code did. 1947. Yeah, that's the feature of it. I thought it was 21487. What? Wait, what is it? No. What do I do now? Is there? How do I reset? Hold on a second, gamer. Oh god. Am I have to restart this story already? God dang it. Can I? Is there a load feature? I mean, there is, I think. Let's begin the game again. Good start, good start. Let's just speedrun this.
All of his
Bunny
co-workers
hopping.
were gone. What could
You
it
also
mean?
crouch. That's just
Stanley
funny.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, going real fast.
When Stanley came
yeah,
to
I
a set
forgot
of
what the
two
code
open
was.
doors, he
I was
entered
trying to
the
input
door
it
on his
before he
left.
told me it, but I couldn't. Also, something you'll notice: the narrator for this game, he's got the
Yet there
crispest
was not
and
a single
butteriest
person
voice you've
here
ever heard.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alrighty. Executive bathroom? Oh, what? What? Huh? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have... What? I knew you could go... I've never been in here. What is that? Huh? Oh, this is brand new. Oh, this is wild. Huh? Also, you'll notice when I press E, it makes, like, keyboard sounds, like, in-game. What? That's wild. Is that because I put 1947 in? Is that a thing? What about the elevator? Or whatever these doors are. Oh, I closed behind. Oh my god. What the heck? Okay, I'm thinking it's the 1947 thing. I believe that's like the creator's dad's birthday or something. I forget. That says a lot about society. I'll say. Elevator. Hello? Oh, where does this take me? We're getting drastically off task real quick, and I didn't even know this was a thing I could do. Oh yeah, this is a jam. Heck, the narrator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered.
What happened? Oh, okay, I'm here. What? Real good? Sorry, I think my headphones just cut out. I don't think that has to do with the game. Also, I did another thing.
His desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Dang it.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly
Of
have known
course
this.
not. How could I know it, guys? Where's the code? Golly. I'll just click it. Yeah,
Yet
I have to
incredibly,
remember
by
that.
simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
How lucky. Must be my lucky day. Huh? Okay. The game crashed. The audio's fine, right? Okay, we're back at the beginning. Sick. Whatever.
All of his
Speedrun it,
co-workers were
but for
gone.
real this
What
time.
did
I should be back. Okay. I'm back. Okay, a lot of things just happened there. First thing, after Stanley Parable crashed, and then I was back, and then I was walking, my mic, well, first I dropped my controller, because I use my controller for my headset, because I'm such a gamer. But then I also, my cable that connects my Xbox controller to my computer, it does this thing sometimes where it just stops connecting. And then I tried replugging it, I did a lot of things, but I just had to get a different cord to connect them. But I think we're ready to re-begin now, okay? Okay.
the meeting room? Perhaps
was
he
it?
had
Oh,
simply missed a memo.
Is that supposed to happen? That wasn't like it. No, that's not. What is happening? It's all. Everything's going wrong. Just gonna begin the game again, because that's not a cool. That's quite the glitch. Is it to do with my new mic? It is, isn't it? I bet it is. The game crashed. I didn't even notice that the game crashed.
All
Back
of
in the
his
thick of it.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yes.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't mean to do that. So I guess E and click are interact.
When Stanley came to a
this.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Gotta turn those corners, gotta make them.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep, I'm up. I also know the code now, 2584. I thought it was 2187.
Stepping
Alright,
into
no,
his
that's from
manager's
Star
office,
Wars.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
I thought it was 2584.
2845.
Oh my god, I'm really...
But of
I have the best memory in the
Stanley
West.
couldn't, Yet incredibly,
Oh,
by
accidentally...
simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
2845. Okay,
Stanley
remember
happened
that.
to input the
I'm trying
correct
to...
code by
really
sheer
bad at
luck.
this. Yeah, I did.
Amazing. He
We're about to
stepped
get
into the
to where
newly
we left
opened
off before.
passageway.
Boom. Loading screen. Well, we've finally made progress. Finally. Finally.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright. Well,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
escape. I don't know, I don't speak French. Must not be important.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, I'm going slower at this point, but it doesn't matter. I was trying to climb on top of it.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
I suppose
The
yes,
lives
they
of
could be.
so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind
where's
control facility, it was too
Flip back to the
horrible to
numbers.
believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it
There's
blindly?
probably one over there, or whatever. Oh, elevator. Hello. Yes, let's get in.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
None of these have
eating,
things on them,
working.
actually.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Sure
life.
thing.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Why is there an on button here? Nah, like I said, I'm going the basic ending first. It's not gonna crash, right? Okay, no, it's not. What's happened? Oh, like that little audio cue.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Sure looks like it.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's not quite open yet.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wow, how sweet. Now you might be wondering, well, that kind of feels a little unearned. You know, nothing really happened. And you'd be quite right. That was just our complete surface level entry. Because now we begin the game again. And I'm gonna go straight off the deep end, go for complete disobedience this time.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, yeah, alright, I'll go for that first. Where's the... Oh, here's the awaiting input thing. I probably won't do that this stream, that'll probably be for next time. But yeah. So, let's now...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh! Oh no, I do
not
not
the correct
think
way
so.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, you goddamn know I do. Look at this place.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
God.
Stanley simply stood
God.
here, drinking it all
Oh
in.
my God. Look. Oh my God. Dang. These lights aren't on for some reason. The clock. What time is it? Oh, was that?
Yes,
About 11?
really, really worth it being here
11:25
in the
or something?
room. A room so utterly captivating
ticking.
that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
What was that? They
here
disappeared.
you sit looking at
sorry,
these
what the-
chairs and some paintings.
Oh, I didn't even think
Really
about the
worth it.
chairs. Can I climb on the chair? No. Yeah, look at that painting. That kind of looks like outside. I mean, it is an outside landscape.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and
Climb on
reflected
top of it.
poorly on his overall personality. It's
I'm
possible
up.
that this is why
I'm up.
everyone
Oh,
left.
I'm up. This table's weird. I can kind of climb up, but I can't get over it. But I'm kind of in the air, but that's it. Wow.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, I was waiting for that line, guys. I knew that would all
But at
happen.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the
Glad
first
we could
open door
agree.
on his left to get back to business.
Well, that would take me back to... no, can't do it. Sorry.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
It is. It truly is. Wow. This seems highly unsafe. Highly. Let's go over here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
Are you, though?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Well...
There's someone you've been
frick
neglecting,
me.
Stanley.
What was that?
Someone
Someone?
you've
Some...
forgotten?
I don't know about that.
Really? I was in the
Sorry.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Yeah.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
Ooh,
let me
more
prove
doors.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, I feel like in the Matrix is an important thing to cite here. The red pill. That's the one. That's how the deeper rabbit hole goes. Actually, that kind of counters my argument. Frankly, I don't care. No, can't do it.
Perhaps you
what?
misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, what if I'm a dog and can't see the color red? Narrator, Kevin. His name's Kevin, by the way. Kevin Brighting. No, I don't. No, you
I
can't.
still don't think we're communicating
Wow.
properly. Stanley
this?
walked through the red door.
Well, what if? How about no?
All right, fine.
Yep.
Go ahead, Stanley.
You know-
You want to
Oh.
know so badly
What's
what's
out
out
here?
there?
What's
you want
out?
to find out what
Let's see.
lies at
Come
the
on.
end of this road you've
Surprise
chosen?
me.
Well, don't let
What the
me
hell?
stop you.
Wow,
You see?
it's beautiful.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out
pretty neat.
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
That door over there.
And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours.
I know,
What
it's
would have
pretty
made
cool.
this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so
Well, that'd
far.
be quite the divergence,
Tell
but
you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new
Stab in the
design,
dark?
and you can give me some feedback.
sure.
There we go.
Oh,
A
we're back
third
here.
option. This already
Ceiling
feels
lights.
leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, this is pretty intense. I'm gonna go left door. They all take you to the same place.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Wow.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you
Yes.
say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I
yes.
can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. but
Well,
I
you
guess
did
you're
say
into
that.
it, so let's keep this party train
Let's
rolling.
go.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Oh, we're back in. Oh, okay, now we still got the 3 doors. Oh, okay, alright. Worldwide leaderboard. That's definitely interesting. The good old Neil. 2 seconds. He beat the game in 2 seconds? Or what does that mean? Is that what we're going here? Did you know that 21% is only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door? Ah, wow. There's only 9,000 people who played this game? That's crazy. Also, I haven't been playing for 7 hours. I got a stream timer here, Stan. You can't play me. And, these are all made up. You think you can play me? You think I know. I'm good. I'm not 9,000th. Shut up. Go in your stupid new door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard
It was horrible.
helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
No.
Again, honest answers, please.
No, I hate
Hey,
it.
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of
Oh,
a
you got
new
a prototype.
game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Well,
Perfect.
depends.
Let me boot it up.
Alright. This is a classic.
In
Dear
this
God.
game, the baby
What is this, a
crawls
saw
left
trap?
towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world
The
will
art world.
really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Only about
So
4
why
hours.
don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Alright. I hit that sound, so. Well, now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It is possible. There is an ending if you do this for 4 hours. I'm not gonna do that. I might do it if I could figure out how to set up a macro or something. 2 hours in it sets up a different one with a dog that's being lowered into piranhas. But that'll all be for a later time and possibly never. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube. I mean, maybe I'll do it. Anyway, bye-bye. You might not even be able to hear me there because it was just so loud.
You heartless bastard. Did you do
Shut
it
up.
because you hate babies or
I hate
purely
babies,
to
that is
spite
true.
me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
No, don't worry, it's just the
I
former.
can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm
He's
done.
out. I'm
it's
out, gamer.
over.
We
Thank
outie.
you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Nice humming.
Yes, this seems like
What are we
it'll
gonna
work.
What are we
Let's
gonna
give it a shot.
Come on, let's see it. Dear God.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with.
It's
But is it enough?
Minecraft.
Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to
about to go
build a
crazy.
house.
Oh, shoot. I'm ready. Oh. Oh my God.
We'll go here.
No.
No, here.
Alright,
And then-
now we're talking. Let's see it, let's see it. Finish it off, finish it off.
Let's see,
Kill him.
what does
Kill
it
him.
need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
Oh my
It's
God. It's now
complete.
that's art. Baby
I
game,
made this,
boring.
Stanley.
This is art.
Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
God, you're right.
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself
I-
comfortable. Isn't it
Oh, it's quite the
grand?
honor.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must
Diamonds.
rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything.
diamonds.
Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
That is, of course. Well, this is quite the departure from what you're expecting. Cave? Sounds good.
Oh my,
We got
it looks like it's
off-brand
going to get a
Minecraft
bit
music.
dark. Have you brought a light?
No, I'm not a smoker.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Iron?
This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant.
Wow, it's very
this won't
dark.
do
I
at
should turn up
all.
my
1 out of
brightness settings.
5.
1 out of
Even
5.
the diamonds couldn't save this one.
Can't see
Okay,
it.
new game.
New game? Alright, sounds good. Reroll. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get this time, guys? What are we gonna get? How about a game we have played on the channel? I'm planning to play Minecraft later with Jack. You don't know Jack, but he's a pal. Ah, now this is... I recognize this.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Jesus Christ!
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
It's Portal. Where's Gladys's dialogue?
Oh!
Sorry.
It's a puzzle.
Wait! I want to try something. Keyboard and mouse. Is there a quick save? Quick save. Pause game. Okay, I don't think we have a quick save, so I'll save that for another time if I want to go for it.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
The trick is what you'd prop the cube up against this. Like, I don't know how you do it actually. You get it like tilted, and then you can press the button and it'll get locked. But we're not doing that, and it's kind of weird with the props.
Genius.
Genius. All right, let's
No,
go to the.
actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough.
Frick you! What do I even do?
Why don't you get cozy in this room,
Nah,
and if you
wait. Oh. Work in progress. Oh, we're back into the orange texture world. I believe orange texture is like the default texture for things in Source Engine. I think it's slightly edited though as well. I don't really know. Final comments. This is neat looking. This also contains a reference to the original Stanley Parable mod, and I didn't play that, so you might not understand it. Oh, I fell. Where are we now? Oh, yep. You wouldn't recognize it. I mean, you might slightly recognize it because it looks like the hallways we were in earlier, but this is the original Stanley Parable. Parabola. This is the 2 doors. Can I go this way? Oh, this is just what we saw earlier. 1, 2, 3. Ah, a light. .427. Yeah, this is our. You might notice it's a little weirder. It doesn't feel as much like an office because it's just with Half-Life 2 assets. All right, wonderful. Let's head back. Cut to black when I turn this corner. I didn't even make it to the corner.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Just like that. God, I really like that ending. It's really neat. And also says a lot about what this game is kind of about. I'll get into that in a second. Or I'll go to the next ending in a second. I want to talk about that because it's just really interesting. Kind of the message is, you know, freedom in video games is a large part of this game, and that really explored it quite literally. If you're like me, you pick up on it. Like, you know, you vary from open world or like complete freedom, and then far more linear. It's interesting. Also, there's another ending just like that. Boom.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Yes.
Nothing will hurt me.
Yes.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
What's happening? There's
But
like
the
a
one
black
thing he
hole
knew for sure,
outside.
beyond
It's making
any
time
doubt,
dilation
was that
happen.
if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Yes.
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Oh.
Here it comes.
Oh. Ah. Well, that's an ending. Yeah, that's just a little neat one, a little bite-sized one. I also feel that.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Now that you've been exposed a bit to the weirder side of this game, I think we'll do some more wackiness. You can climb up on that chair. Kind of a little strategy guide for doing that. All you have to do is use a running start, and then you have to crouch over this part, and then kind of twist a bit, and then boom, you're out of the map. It's incredibly white. It kind of looks like me.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It is, but I can't see a
Why don't we take a
thing.
minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Well, if it weren't so blinding, maybe. There's two endings here, so I'll get both of them.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but
This is
you
a good
could
song.
literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like
Wait, no, that's the
right
other ending.
now. You could have done it just then.
I could have.
Now would also be an appropriate time to
You're right.
quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate.
That's
I'm
very
enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as
Okay, no, it
miserable
is
as
this ending.
possible
This is a good
and see
song.
how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
It's beautiful. And then the track just goes on. It's pretty sick. Anyway, begin the game again. Let's get that other ending. Oh my. Excuse me? What do these say? There's actually text on here, I think. Can I get closer to any of them?
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
What?
Is this Stanley's office?
What? Oh, this is bizarre. Oh my god. Like, I've watched this game before, and it still messes with me. Oh my god. What is... Is it because of the ending? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, here, can I read this? Can I climb up on this desk? Gotta get it with a running start. You can't zoom in this game. God, yeah, I don't think I can really read any of these papers unless I had supervision. Alright, let's get the other ending. I have to... Oh, there we are. It's pretty simple, really. I remember in Markiplier's playthrough, he took like 10,000 years to figure that out. And a back.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Yeah.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, jeez. Just snap my camera down. Yeah, sure, I'll just say this. No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop?
Do the ukulele song.
Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Oh my God.
Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Well, apparently I thought so.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option.
Hey, that's me.
Now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
My brain.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I suppose it probably would have been better to do that one first and that one. It would have worked better. Yeah, no, I probably prefer that one because it's a sick song. Well, wasn't that fun? I suppose now could be a good time to mention this game, Stanley Parable, which you've got to be hooked on by now. That's not necessarily true, but come on, it's great. Is getting a sort of sequel this year in 2021. Well, originally it was scheduled for 2019, and then 2020. And now 2021, like, if you look on the website, they've got, like, the three, like, releasing, and they've got, like, 2019, it's, like, scratched out. It's funny, it's neat, it's quirky. And it's called Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. And it's kind of a port of this one, with a higher graphical engine, or graphical fidelity, but also more endings. And it's also going to be coming to consoles. So I'm looking forward to that greatly. But let's get another ending. Details? Phone can
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I kind of mentioned in passing there, the phone can sometimes ring, and it's pretty wild. There's like actual dialogue. It's weird.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah,
wow.
It's pretty wild.
Yes,
but
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Alright. Well, what if I didn't? Huh? What do you think? What if I go down here? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting wild with it.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
It's a garage? What's this garage so far down? You can't get
from here, it's, left.
Oh, left. Left. Alright.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no,
my
it's to the right, my mistake.
God. Son of a bitch, God.
No.
Oh
no,
my,
no,
he
not
got
the
me.
right.
Got me.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute,
Messing
please?
with me? You messing with me? Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes.
You've got it?
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Alright. Maybe. I'm not. Oh. Here we are.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
You're right.
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Chronological? Oh, you can see the things
Okay.
down.
We just have to get back to
Weird angle.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable.
Oh.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so
fire.
far off track, Okay, from the top.
Well, that's just a little neat ending. Like you see, there's like a little spoiler, because chronologically we wouldn't have been to that room yet, you know.
All of his co-workers were gone.
If you think about it.
What could it mean?
So what do I want
Stanley
to do
decided
now?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, where are the doors? Oh,
When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
it's still
no,
the
I
same
restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
You know, when you
Why am
move
I
the
asking
story.
you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
It's an
Come,
adventure.
Stanley.
I love adventure.
Let's find the story.
Let's find the story. Okay. Alright, this is interesting. This is something. This is funky. This is like some weird alternate reality stuff. Okay, I'm getting it. This is different. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, it's where we were earlier. I made it back. That's some weird, like, reality warping. Alright, let's go this way. Kevin, you
I'll
want to say
say it.
something?
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright. From the top. Let's see it. Let's see it.
All
Wait,
of his
surprise me.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, where's the door?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Well, I hardly imagine it's gonna be there, but you know, let's do it. 417, of course. Great to see you. Oh.
Aha!
Oh!
I knew
The
we'd miss
story.
something. The story. Here it
Story.
comes.
Well, we're doing more reality warping, aren't we?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Well, we're doing it again. Oh my. Dear, this is...
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I mean...
Do you remember, Stanley?
know.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Gaming.
Oh,
Well?
no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Come on,
We
come
both
on. You
know
know
you
it was
didn't put in any actual
Oh.
work for that win.
Come
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Guess it
Okay?
was.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place
I can
is.
agree with
I don't
that.
care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take that's... Yeah. Oh my. Yep.
All
here it
right,
is.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Wait, I want to turn on captions for this, because it's just a little funny detail that not everyone knows about. Subtitles on? I don't know what that means. Just go with it.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
He's not being captioned. Oh, that's different. Okay.
You see? The
There it is.
line
Look,
knows where
the
the
line
story
is
is. It's
trademarked.
over in this direction. Onward,
Yes.
Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Go for it.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
Yeah,
right?
alright, I could agree with
Okay.
that. That's fair.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Well,
Whoa.
perhaps.
Oh, that got a bit weird back there.
No, I was
Well,
following
I'd like to
you.
apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You
Gotta
know what?
follow the line.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh yeah. This is Jay. Watch what happens. This was incredible. Yeah, that was there before. Got respect. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's wait. This one. Where am I?
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
God
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely.
And turn off the captions now. Nothing personal. Just kind of distracting.
And remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
God, well, what kind of fern is this? Do I gotta look this up? Do I go grab my Nat Geo book or whatever? All right, let's get moving. That was interesting. What the?
Wait, what? We're back at
This
the
wasn't here.
office?
Was it like
No,
procedurally generated?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yeah, no. This looks definitely different. Wait hold on. What's that? And we're back.
Oh, no, not again. Line,
Why?
how could you have done this to us?
God.
And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Another reset. Alright, that's fair. Alright, we're gonna follow him again. So
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
you know, I've heard worse ideas in my day. Like anything I've ever said.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our
we're
story
doing
to
more
be?
reality work.
Go wild. Use your imagination.
Well, I'm thinking,
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
okay, so there's this brother. There's his brother and sister, right?
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh,
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
You're right.
No lines or monitor rooms.
I'll just keep it
Just
out
don't
of
acknowledge
view
it.
at all
You
times.
should be fine.
How do I... Oh, gotta dodge it. Okay, I'm not doing it. Okay, it's gone. Bye bye. Oh, another choice.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Alright.
Okay, so I know that each door
Drifting.
has to
Oh,
lead
I'm
somewhere.
failing.
Which means that somewhere, the place where
Cut
we're
the corner.
trying to go,
Totally is
there
possible.
must be a reverse door
Not
that leads
necessarily.
here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the
It's
door
clearly
on the
yes.
right is the correct one.
Alright.
Another victory for logic.
Can't argue with
Come,
that.
Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Now, when you were talking about that experiential stuff earlier, I was following you, but I don't know about that counter-inverse door. That's a little bit confusion.
Hold up, what's this?
I haven't been playing that long. It's artificial number.
The confusion ending. You're telling me
Wasn't that the
that's
same
what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
We've already done 5.
That's
Why not?
really how all this goes? It's all determined?
That's kind of...
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
It's a timer.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean...
I don't know, there's
did we
99
do it?
seconds in a minute.
Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Probably not.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Jesus. It's a jump scare. Also, by the way, all those other endings, they're not real. That is the end of the confusion ending. And it's quite a good one. I'm very fond of it. The Adventure Line, an absolute classic. He does make a cameo, if I go the right way, I believe. So we could do that. Actually, but first things first. We gotta
All
get
of his
this achievement.
co-workers will... Oh, please.
Yep.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
I've clicked it more than
Now
5 times,
suppose
bro.
you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that
Clicks per
warrants
second.
recognition.
You gotta get him up.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of
I'm feeling it.
witnessing
Come on.
true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50
me to use
clicks will
E as
do it.
well?
Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm vibrating my fingers. I'm not really going that fast. I really suck at
I'm
clicking.
still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant
Come on.
something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle,
I'm
Stanley.
hustling.
I want to see commitment.
God.
A willingness to go all the way, no matter what
I'll
the
do it.
cost.
I'll do it.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, we know where 417 is. I'm gonna lock myself in with it as well. Actually, no, I'm not, because it might trigger the wrong dialogue. I don't know. Come on! 20!
Oh, great.
20 reps.
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437? Which way is that? That's this way, right? It's this one, right? Yep.
Excellent. I think we're getting
clicked it
somewhere.
one time.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks
415?
or so.
That's this way, right? God, this is a lot of numbers to recall. Right? It's in this other room, right? Yes. Yes. It's the last one before the twin doors.
Now, back to door number 437.
437? All the way. God, alright. I'm really having to hustle for this. Going all the way down, all the way up. Ooh, ooh. It's like doing suicides.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The copy machine?
All
Boom!
right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it
417,
now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Alright, I can feel it. I can feel it. The mood is electric. I didn't mean to open up. That door has weird hinges.
Now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419? Easy. You can't do that a lot of the time, but boom!
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley.
I'm doing
I
it.
like that.
I'm ready.
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416? That's this way. Come on. I'm ready. Let's go. Ah! Click it.
We've almost got it.
Come on.
The copy machine, do that one again.
I'm going as fast as I can. I'm pressing control. That crouches. That's not sprint. I opened the wrong tab.
5 clicks on door 430.
430. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes!
Whoa!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now?
Dear God.
What were you thinking?
That was a lot. There's a lot of fun achievements in this game. Let me think. What ending do I want to get now? Sure, we'll do that one.
When Stanley
But I
came
actually
to a
kinda wanna
set
go
of
this
2
way.
open doors,
I'm gonna
he
go this
entered
way.
the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Isn't it
Perhaps
supposed
he
to be
wanted
here?
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There it is, the adventure line. This is the main reason I came here. That's not important at all, but it's kind of interesting because, like, whoa, adventure line. It doesn't mean we're in the same ending still. It's just kind of there, and it's kind of weird. And like, what? I would no clip over there to look at it, but there's a catch to when you try to no clip, and I'll get to that. I guess we'll do that today. Yeah, we'll do that today. There's a lot of endings in this game. I'm also actually don't want to get any of the endings on this side right now, so I'm actually just going to
But
go
eager
back.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh yeah, by the way,
And so
this...
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This isn't a different ending to do this. This is just because I actually want to be back on this side.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
we'll
of
do this.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Push me. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. No. This is a lot of waiting. It's just going to be...
There was nothing here.
honestly.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
But would you look at that? Look at all the details. That looks like the nuclear thing.
It was
Look,
baffling
it's
that
like copper
Stanley was still
wire.
just sitting in the broom closet.
wrench.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to
at him.
interact with, he'd be justified in some
gotta be
way.
something to interact with,
As it
yes,
is, he's literally just
can
standing
interact
there
with this.
doing sweet FA.
Oh man. But I'm opening the door. I swear to God.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I'm in yeah.
Standing around doing nothing?
No, I'm
Why?
walking.
Please offer me
Get
some
my cardio in.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
So basically, the internet told me to do it because also you're talking,
You do
which makes me want
realize
to
there's
do it
no
more.
choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
But
it
by
didn't
you
even
saying
occur to me, because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I don't know. I
never
feel like
would have thought to mention it.
by you talking about it makes it more important. I feel like you're part of the reason I'm in here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
It kind of
Maybe
is.
when you
when
go
think
talk
about
about this with your friends, you'll say,
Did
"Oh,
you-
did
did
you
you
get
get
the
the
broom
broom
closet
closet
ending?
ending?
The
The
broom
broom
closet
closet
ending
ending
was
was
my
my favorite. I've heard
favorite."
that one 10 million
I
times.
hope your
It's great.
friends find this concerning.
God, Still gets me, man. That's all it...
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's not funny. How could you say that?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
For sure.
Got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system, and you collapsed on the keyboard.
God.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right, I'll go get someone else. Guys, I wasn't talking to anyone else. I'm just making it, but it's not funny, so I'm just gonna end it now. All right, back into the hallway.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Oh,
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Wow, this broom closet looks real neat.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. The fish,
let me check.
fungus. Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'll find someone else. Alright, I was gonna bring my cat over here and meow into the microphone, but I couldn't pick I don't know where she is. Do you have anything else to say? I believe that's the end of the dialogue for the broom closet. Anyway, which ending should I get now? I will get the insanity ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
insanity.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's kind of weird looking down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
What?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. They are simply repeating. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
I gotta get out.
At last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
That's some weird sea fighting.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently
Oh my, the camera tilts as well. Oh, this is more wild than ever.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Anymore.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm
God.
doing and thinking?
Oh, it's getting...
Now the
it's
voice
getting
was
meta. It's getting
describing itself
40.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Oh,
How
God.
could
No,
it
no,
be?
no, 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 no.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
No.
Now,
No,
hearing
I don't
the
believe
voice
you.
speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
You son
After
of a
all,
bitch.
he knew for
Shut up,
certain
shut
beyond a
up.
doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a
saw it.
moment ago?
You saw it.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Okay.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself
Everyone
to
close
wake
your
up.
eyes.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Dear God, no.
Stanley began screaming. Please,
No!
someone wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Let me out.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh my God. That ending is bonkers. Yes, I did seriously just use the word bonkers. Oh my God. I don't really know how many more endings I want to get. I think I'll do some research to know all of the ones, because I know most of them, but just in case I'm forgetting some, I'm thinking maybe only one or two more, and one I particularly want to show off. Wait, how do I... God dang it. Did this happen when I crashed the game? Or when the game crashed itself? No, it's console. Okay. How do I pull up the console? I'm pressing F4. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do I have to enable dev? Keyboard lock modifier. Huh? Is F4 something else? No, I don't want it to be mouse 1. F3? Am I missing something? How do I... Give me a second, gamers. What am I... How do I enable the dev console? The serious ending. What? That's not helpful. Guys, I don't understand. How do I enable this? It's gotta be extras? Achievements. Oh, right, you can... There's an achievement. There's another achievement. It's weird. Oh, I can turn on saves. You get an achievement every time you turn it on. I don't get it. Keyboard and mouse. It's gotta be that, right? But that's not important. Keyboard and it's that's what that's referring to, right? I'm not missing anything, right? Right. F6. Come on. This. What does that even mean? No. I don't know. This button. I don't know what that means. Why is it? Why? Why am I not allowed to use the console? Am I missing something? Guys, I don't get it. How do I? Oh, do I have to alter the actual files of this game? Okay, I might have to figure this. I might have to do this. I might have to save that for another time. Yeah, I'll work that out. But I've got a different
The meeting room.
ending.
Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
For sure. Pal.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Of course,
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here, let me save. Is it saved? Okay, back. Okay, this is a little tricky. Or maybe it's not tricky, I don't know. Come on. Maybe I should go. Oh, I did it. Okay. This is a really weird ending. Because there's like no narration. And then it's just silent. All the doors behind you open up. And then you're just here. And I mean, I think you can go down here. What happens if I go down here? Is the door closed or something? Yeah, it's closed. It's eerie. It's completely silent. Can I open anything? I can't open the broom closet. He won't say anything if I go in there. What's going on? Keep going further back. Back to the future. Just 1 second. Okay, nothing. Sorry, it's not important. Don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. Now this door is open. Ah, it's so bizarre. And it's gonna get more... Oh, loading screen. You are now leaving. This is... 760, 754. We only have to go 7 levels. So this ending has quite the twist at the end of it, and it makes no sense whatsoever. This whole ending makes no sense. No one knows why it happens, if it's intentional. It seems intentional. And I don't mean like this room, like this was accidentally placed here, but I mean like the ending, like the ending of this ending, like what we'll get to in a second. It's really weird what happens, and it's just, huh? We're almost there though. We only have 3 more levels to go. I know how to count. Trust me. That's the right number, right? Okay, 1. Okay, I think we only had 2 more. Yeah, alright, I don't know how to count. Fine, so be it. Escape pod bay. Also, I believe if you were to hack the files, you can read this entire texture, because it's kind of, it's like, I don't know, we got like, what does that say? Okay, entering the escape pod will initiate a relay once triggered. Cannot do similar pause. Narrate. Oh, I believe what it says is if the narrator is not present, it doesn't work. So that's a summary. If you head over here, use this to look behind me. Oh, there's like there's walls. There it is, the door. So hey, it's the escape pod, right? Let's hop on. And then there's just like white bar at the bottom of the screen. And that's it. Whoopee, whoopee, what does it mean? I don't know, guys. I don't understand. And I think that's probably where I'm gonna
A soft
end
wind
things
blew
today.
outside and perhaps rain started, and if
I
it
can
did,
hear
it
it.
stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
God, it's quite the enigma, this game. God, wait, can I look at the achievement? No, I can't look at the achievements from here. I want to get some of the achievements. They're all wacky. So there's a lot I want to prepare for, like some editing of the game files to find out some things, like to get that ending, and there's some other details I need the console for. But more than anything, there's just a few more endings. There's like 6 or 7 that I'm aware of. I'm gonna check if there's any others that I'm missing, and we'll do that all tomorrow. This was really fun. I think this will just be, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll deliberate it over it, and it'll probably just be the entire VOD, because there isn't really that much I really want to cut out, other than that big pause, where my mic broke. But I think I'll say I bid you all adieu. And more Stanley Parable. This game is sick. After this, I believe we'll just do some Battlefront, of course, and then I'm going to be doing Subnautica is my plan, but also maybe Minecraft, like we just saw that today. I think I'll bring on a guest and we'll do a speedrun, possibly with Brendan as well, a 3-person thing, or maybe just a 1-person, 2-person. I don't really know. We'll see when we get there, and we also might have like a survival series. I don't know. These are all things that will work out when we get to them, but for now, I think this is a fine stopping point. I mean, we're in between endings, we got a fair few done. And goodbye.